morning. Myself Akanksha Shukla from IT department and I am from Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today I am going to discuss about the topic that is JavaScript statements. In my previous lecture I had already discussed about the introduction of JavaScript, that what do you mean by JavaScripts and what are the basic applications of JavaScript, what are the advantages of JavaScript. So I am going to review some of the basic points about the JavaScript, that basically a JavaScript is a kind of a scripting language which we use to design the websites in the attractive or effective manner. And some of the basic applications of the JavaScripts are just like client-side validations for maintaining the dynamic drop-down menus. So these are some applications through which we use the JavaScripts. One of the main basic advantage of JavaScript is that all of the current time web browsers needs to use the JavaScript because it is a very effective and efficient language, scripting language. So that's why most of the browsers are supporting the JavaScript language in the current time. Now today I am going to discuss about the topic which is related to the JavaScript, and that is JavaScript statements. So first of all, I want to tell you that what are the statements. Basically statements consist of the expressions, or statement is a things which can express some things, or it can be a composition of values, operators, and the JavaScript statements basically is a combination of, or it is composed of the expressions, keywords, comments, and the values, operators which we use in the JavaScript language. So one of the basic point is that a JavaScript program is a list of programming statements. So if we want to write a JavaScript program, then obviously it consists of the programming statements itself only. So the JavaScript statements are the commands which tells the browser to perform whatever the action it was stating inside the programming. Okay, so statements in the JavaScripts are separated by the semicolon, and the JavaScript statements are generally the commands which tell the browsers to perform the actions, or to perform the actions as per the statements given in the programming. Okay, here one of the JavaScript program is executed by the web browser. So this is the program in which we open the HTML tag. After that, body tag will be opened. Then within the H2 tag is a kind of heading tag of HTML. In this tag we write the JavaScript statements. Okay, heading, we write the JavaScript statements. After that, we are using the paragraph tag and the bold for emphasizing that particular text JavaScript program. In the bold form, we use the B tag. Okay, after that correspondingly we close the B tag, and after that we are using the script tag. Whenever we write, or whenever we use to write the JavaScript program, we use the script tag. So here we open the script tag. After that we use the word let. So let is also used to declare the variables in the JavaScript language, just like the var. Okay, so here the let word is used to declare the statements. Here the variables are x, y, z. So the first statement is, statement 1 is let x, y, z, means 3 variables are declared in the first statement of this program, of this JavaScript program. Second statement is assigning the value of x, that is 5. Next statement, third, is assigning the value to the variable y, that is 6. And the statement fourth is addition of these two variables x plus y, and storing the addition of these two variables inside the third variable, that is variable z. Okay, so this is the last statement, which is statement 4. Now document.getElement by ID. I had discussed this methods, or these JavaScript methods in my previous lecture, that by using document.getElement by ID method, we are going to fetch the text which as per the ID defined here. So ID is demo. So as per ID defined here, we can see that in this paragraph ID is equal to demo. So as per this element, it will fetch the values for that methods, and it will print the result just like in the following manner. The value of z is plus z plus z plus z. This plus is used for concatenating the this text plus the final answer, which is z is equal to x plus y. Means we will see in the result output of this statement. We can see in the next slide also, or we can I can also explain here only. The value of z is 6 plus 11. Okay. So in the output, when we run this JavaScript program, then we can see that the output will be the value of z is 11. Okay. So simply we can say that JavaScript statements are the commands which tells the browsers to perform the particular or to perform the specific actions as per given in the program. Just like in the following example, we can see that we have provided 4 statements here. In the first statement, we are declaring the variables x, y, z, 3 variables we are declaring. Second and third statement, we are assigning the values to that particular variable. And in the fourth statement, we are going to add on the values of first 2 variables inside the third variable. Okay. Next topic is JavaScript code blocks. So JavaScript statements can also be grouped together in the code blocks. Means if you want to combine 2 or more statements in the JavaScript inside a single program, then it can be grouped together by using the code blocks, which can be performed by using the curly brackets. Okay. And the purpose of code blocks is to define the statements which are going to be executed together. So whenever the more than 1 or 2 statements are executing together inside the JavaScript program, then we can use the code blocks, because the purpose of code block is to define the statements which are going to be executed together only. The example of JavaScript code block is given here. In this, we are again using the h2 tag, and then we are using paragraph tag. After that, we are using a button. Button type is equal to simple normal button, which on click will goes to the function, will pass the control of the program to the my function, which is the name of the function. This is the name of the function. Here the button is click me. The button click me. Okay. So whenever we click on this button, then the control of this program will go to the function whose name is my function. Now from here, what the program will do, it perform the action as per the values given in this following function. So here it will fetch the values. First of all, hello Dolly. So whenever you click on this button, then it will print the statement that is hello Dolly, how are you? Because the first statement is hello Dolly and the second statement is how are you. So both of these 2 statements can be displayed whenever you click on the button whose value is click me. Okay. So here we are going to define the statements which are going to be executed together. So here 2 statements, hello Dolly and how are you, these 2 statements were going to be executed together. So this is known as JavaScript code blocks, because here we are going to execute the 2 statements together only. Now here some keywords which are used in the JavaScript and their descriptions are explained here. First keyword is var, which describes or which declares a variable. Second keyword is let, which declares a block variable. Third keyword is const, const. It declares a block constant. Now the fourth keyword is if. Basically, if keyword is used to mark a block of a statement to be executed on the basis of a condition. Just like if else statements or if else part in the C or C++. Okay. Next one is switch, which marks a block of statements which can be executed in the different cases. Just like switch cases where the different as we can use the switch cases whenever you want to display the different cases. Just like it will rain if case 1, that weather is below this temperature or above this temperature. So whenever you have to mark, or you can also use the switch cases in some cases, just like if you want to make a timetable, just like if there is a Friday, then case 1 subject web text, subject 2 data analytics. So in this type of examples, we can use the switch cases. Now next keyword is for, which is used to mark a block of statements whenever it will be executed in the loop form. Okay, so for is a loop. Whenever you just like, for example, whenever you want to print a table, then you can use the for loop only. Next keyword is function, which declares a function simply, which we have seen in the previous example. Next one is return. If you want to exit from a given function, then you can use the return keyword. Now the last keyword is try, which implements, or try word is try and catch, throws, finally keywords. These keywords are basically used to handle the errors or to handle the exceptions for a particular or for a specific block of statements. So these keywords are basically used in the JavaScript, and their descriptions I had explained here only. Now some more statements which we can use in the JavaScripts are, first of all, switch case, which I had already discussed. Second one is if else. Basically, if else statement is a fundamental control statement which allows the JavaScript to make or to make the decisions, okay, whenever it is trying to execute the statements based on the condition level. Okay, so we use the if else statement. While statement is used to execute a code blocks or the statements repeatedly as long as the expression is true. Once the expression is false, then the loop will be stopped or the loop will be exited. Okay, means we will return from or we will exit from that loop whenever the expressions becomes the false or whenever the loop will be finished or the part of the loop will be finished only. Next one is do while. Do while is also used for block of statements, but in the do while, a loop will be executed at least once. This is the basic difference between while and do while, that the do while loop will be executed at least once and it continues to be executed while the condition will be true only. Next is for loop, same as while, but initialization, conditions and syntax is somewhat different from the while loop. For loop is basically used to loop through the object properties. Next one is continue statement. It is used to tell the interpreter to immediately start the next iterations of the loops and skip remaining the code blocks. Okay, and skip remaining the statement means continue keyword or continue statement is basically used to invoke the interpreter to immediately start the next iteration and the current statement should be remain skipped only. Break is also used to exit a loop, but it is used to exit a loop early. Okay. Then function, which is a group of reusable codes, and it can be called anywhere in your program. Okay. The return statement is simply used to return a value from a function. Then var keyword or var statement is used to declare a variable. Try is used to handle the errors or exceptions. Try, catch, throw, these three or one more throws, and finally these keywords or these statements are basically used to handle the exceptions or handling the errors only. Next one is the main topic is JavaScript variable. So the variables are basically referred as a named containers which is used to store the information in itself. We can place the data in these containers and also we can refer from these variables to we can use these naming containers whenever whenever these variables are required inside the program. So the variable names must be case sensitive. That is, if small b or if small c is present in the program, then it will be different from capital B or capital C. Okay. JavaScript basically uses the keywords just like I had discussed earlier, that var, let, const to declare a variable only. These names can only be started with an underscore or a letter A to Z or capital A to Z, $sign also. Numbers can only be used after a letter. We cannot name any variable which can start from a number. So this will be an invalid declaration for a variable if we use any number in the first place of the variable declaration. No other special letters is allowed in the variable name only. Okay. Here the example is given. In this example, we have declared a variable which is x and we are passing value to this variable x. A value is 6. And after that, by using the document.getElement, basically document.getElement by ID method is used to fetch the value of the variable. So here the value of x is 6. So by using this method, we can see that the output of this program, we can see that the value of x is 6. Now next is JavaScript function. Basically it is a block of code which we design to perform a particular task, and it can be fetched or it can be retrieved anywhere from in the program. JavaScript function is executed when something invokes it. Means whenever that, suppose I had defined a function name, function my message. Okay, so inside this we had written document dot get element by id is equal to hello, how are you? Okay, so whenever we call this function, okay, inside the body part, then only that message will be displayed. Okay, so JavaScript function is executed when only it will be invoked or when only it will be called. Okay, so inside this is the syntax, function name, then the parameter values and the code to be executed. But whenever it will be called anywhere in the program, then only it will print the function, it will print the code whichever you have written inside this function name. Okay, in JavaScript, function keyword is used to declare or define a function. Now the key points which we have to remember regarding the function is the following: that to define a function we use the function keyword, just like function. Then after that function, whatever you want to give the name to that particular function, just like in my example I had given name my message. Okay, next in parentheses we define the parameters or attributes. Inside these parentheses we define the parameters or the attributes for that particular function. Now the group of reusable code is enclosed in the curly braces, means after declaration of the function we put curly braces, and inside the curly braces we put the code which is to be executed only whenever the function is called. Where if you didn't call the function by using its name, then the code which you have written inside the function name, then it will never be executed. So this code will be executed only whenever it will be called. Okay, next is JavaScript example, JavaScript objects. Basically the objects of JavaScript are variables too. Okay, but these objects can contain many values. So this is the basic difference between the variables and objects, that objects are variables too, but the objects can contain many values. Okay, and the values which are written in the JavaScripts are the name value pair. Okay, means if you are going to declare the values for a card, I will explain in the example also. So the values are written in the JavaScript in the form of name value pair, which are only separated by a colon. Okay, so the name value pair which we use in the JavaScript objects are also called the properties. Means the name value pair which we use to declare the objects in the JavaScript are also called the property. In the given example, we are creating an object. So object name is car and we are using keyword const. So here we are creating an object car using keyword const, and we can see that name value pair. We can see here name value pair is simply just like type Fiat. Here is a object name is car. So car type Fiat, model number 500, color white. So all the three name value pair are the properties of these car objects. Okay, now we have to display, if you want to display some data from this object, then what we write document.getElement by id method, id dot inner HTML is equal to the car type is. Okay, and then after that we are concatenating this statement, the car type is, after that car dot type. So here the car dot type will display the value of only that part, means only car type will be displayed, only the particular point of that object will be displayed here only. Okay, not all the three attributes will be displayed after when we run the program. Okay, so you can specify any of the property and you can display any of the property by using JavaScript objects. Now the object methods. What are objects methods? So object can also have methods. Okay, methods are generally the actions which are performed or which we can perform on the objects, and these methods are stored in the properties just like as a function definition. Okay, here the const keyword is used to declare an object person. Now person first name, last name and person ID we are declaring here. Okay, now we are using a function. Okay, and inside this function we are returning only this dot first name, and then after first name will be concatenated with the last name. So here what we see, we have seen that the actions are performing over the object. So here the object is person, and person attribute first name and last name are performed, or the actions are performing over the object's attributes. The attributes are first name and last name. So here we can see that by using the object is having methods here, and by using the actions first name and last name, we are fetching the values from the object which is person only. Okay, so a method is a function which is stored as a property only. So basically the JavaScript objects or their object methods are used to fetch the values or to perform the actions on the objects only. So this is all about the object and JavaScript statements and methods only. Okay, that's all for today's lecture. Thank you.